Watch out for those weirdos.
Weirdo. Weirdo. Weirdo.
A lot of weirdos out here.
We are the weirdos. Weirdo. Weirdo.
Well, that's not weird.
Really?
No, it's weird.
Weirdo is how it's said in British English. Weirdo. Weirdo. Now, in American English, it's said usually more as weirdo. Weirdo.
We are the weirdos, mister.
Weirdos! What a weirdo!
Do you know who Abby and Brittany are?
Do you...
Abby and Brittany Hensel.
Okay, no, I do not.
They're those conjoined twins.
Oh, yeah.
The two-headed twin lady.
Yeah. Is this about one of them getting married?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's hear it.
One of them got married.
Yeah.
So doesn't that mean both of them got married?
I mean, they have two different brains, so I would think maybe it just means one of them is getting married. That'd be really weird, though, being up on, like, the podium. It's like, you may kiss the bride, and she's just there and has to kind of lean away so he doesn't, like, brush up against her. What if he accidentally kisses the other one and then he cheats on his wife right there?
At the wedding?
Yeah. No, I didn't mean at the wedding. I meant, like, elsewhere. Like, he's like, "Good night, honey," and he kisses her, and she's like, "Oh, what are you doing? That's my sister." You know?
So he just has to always remind himself, it's the left head.
Yeah.
Or whichever, if it is the right one, I don't know. But
Yeah, I saw a video of them dancing at their wedding thing. It was kind of weird because the other head was just getting swung around.
yeah, it's... So it also says, this article from today.com says that they are both fifth grade teachers.
Well, obviously. It's not like one can be an office worker and one can be a fifth grade teacher.
I thought that was really funny that it said that. Because...
Oh, I get what you mean. I mean, if one wanted to do nights and then the other one could just kind of like slump over and sleep. But I don't know if that would really work.
So what... I mean, if one of them wanted to be a fifth grade teacher and the other one didn't, then how do you make a compromise like that?
I think that's kind of like how they can drive. So it's like, oh, I want to go to the mall. Well, I want to go to the grocery store. And they don't fight over the wheel, you know?
I also read this thing about them in a different article that said one brain functions the right arm and leg.
Yeah, I've heard about that too.
And the other brain functions the left arm and leg. Do you think that'd be... How hard do you think that would be to figure out how to walk? Because, like, when you go to walk right now, you just do it. You instinctively move your legs. But in this case, their instinct is only to move that one leg.
Maybe it's like before they start walking, they're like, okay, let's get coordinated. 1, 2, 1, 2. And they get coordinated and then they walk in the 1 and 2. One is assigned to 1 and one is assigned to 2.
I wonder if when they first started that they actually counted like that. Or
maybe.
like they do in the military, it's like left, right, right. That's, I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm not making fun of them in any way, but it's just, I've never met anyone like that. I've never known anyone like that. And it's a really interesting dynamic to me because you have two completely different people, different mindsets, I'm assuming, and all that kind of stuff. But they're connected at the, like, I mean, you saw them. It's like their heads are right next to each other.
Like they're so close that it's like almost like bent separate ways.
Almost touching, like their cheeks are touching.
I definitely have a lot of questions because you'd have to compromise like a lot. But I'm just wondering, they're a fifth grade teacher and some kids have like no filter. What if they go in there and they're like, Mom, my teacher's a freak, and like freaks out? Like, because kids, they don't usually like, I know it's 5th grade, so obviously by then they should know how to be nice.
Well, how old are you in 5th grade?
It's right before middle school.
Is it like 9 years old?
Yeah.
Or
yes, it's like 9 or 10.
Yeah, 9 and 10.
So, and I don't know, kids are just really rude sometimes. So it's like, how would they react to going into their classroom for the first time, meeting their teacher before school, and they see that their teacher is actually teachers, plural?
I'm just going to assume they have some kind of a system to prepare parents.
Yeah, I'm sure.
That they're going to have these particular women as teachers, and maybe they have like a pre-meeting type thing for all the kids, so that they're not like they walk into their first day of school. It's like,
okay, my question
shock.
now is also, one of them got married, so I don't know where her husband's name is. So now it's Mrs. Husband's last name if she took it. And then the other one is Mrs. maiden name. So do they say just Mrs. maiden name with an S for both of them? Or do they say, like, when they have to ask a question, they ask both the names and then their question?
Well, her Abby Hensel is the one that got married, and her husband's name is Josh Bowling.
Okay.
So maybe, I don't know, maybe they would, I would also have this question to go along with that. Do they teach at the same time, or do they teach individually, like different subjects or something? So then it would be like if they're doing, because they're 5th grade, so they keep the same teacher all day long. So if Abby teaches math and they're doing math, then they ask Mrs. Bowling.
That would make sense, but
and
usually
then if Brittany teaches English and they're doing English, then they ask Miss Hansel, was it Hensel?
I think it's Hensel.
Hensel.
Usually in 5th grade, you actually move classes. And because I moved classes, I had like math in one class and art. And then in the other class, I had science and history and English. So I'm wondering if instead of moving classes, they just keep them in the same class, but they separate it up like that. So one does like history and science, and then one does math and English.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, because that would make more sense. But like still, if you're asking to go to the bathroom, it would be like, Miss Bowling, Miss Hensel, can I go to the bathroom? So would you say it all, or could you just be like, Miss Hensel, can I go to the bathroom?
I don't know. I mean, do you think their personalities are like really different? Because maybe, you know how some people, they bond better with certain kinds of teachers?
Yeah.
Maybe some of the students bond well with Brittany
I was
and not
just
Abby,
thinking that.
and vice versa. So then when they want to do something or go to the bathroom, they specifically ask Mrs. Bowling or Miss Hensel.
I was just thinking that. I'm sure they'd have to be like, sort of, like, I know opposites attract, like with friendships a lot, but I wonder if they'd have to be similar just so they can get along. Because, like, if they're so different, one's like, I want to eat spicy food, but they have the same stomach. And the other one's like, you know we can't handle that. I want to eat this. So they have to be kind of similar.
Yeah. That'd be really weird. That'd be really hard. But that's all they've ever known.
Oh, yeah.
I think it'd be really hard for the parents.
Yeah.
Their parents.
Okay.
I mean, think about like when they were teenagers, and teenagers go through that phase where they're just jerky assholes. I mean, you don't know anything about that, do you?
No, I don't. I was homeschooled.
I mean, and you got two of them right there. I mean, they're already dealing with, they are like an anomaly. Like, they are completely different than almost everybody else on the planet.
Yeah.
And then they're having to deal with being a teenager, and then the parents have to deal with all of that together. I wonder how that went.
I'm wondering if while they're eating, if they choose who eats on a certain day, because they have the same stomach. It's not two stomachs. If they choose, oh, you can eat today, and just one of them eats, or do they both eat and just eat way less?
At the same time?
Yeah. Or maybe they can't eat both at the same time, because I don't know where it connects at, but if they have the same tube for the stomach, then what if it gets stuck because you're eating so much at once?
Like it gets clogged up?
Yeah.
I don't know. I wonder if they have like different preferences for different kinds of food. Like Abby really likes Chinese food and Brittany hates it. But Brittany really likes Italian food and Abby hates it. So then when each one of them wants it, they specifically eat that dinner or that lunch or whatever.
Yeah,
and then the other one just like looks the other way and holds their nose or whatever. Or imagine it, I mean, because their head is like right there. Imagine like while you're eating it and they hate it, they're like gagging the whole time.
Yeah,
right
like if
next to you.
one of them really liked seafood and the other, like, it made them sick. That's kind of brings it back to what I was saying about spicy food, because like with the other one is like loves the thrill and they're like, I don't care about like any stomach pain spicy food can bring, and the other one's like, please no.
You know, that always gives us diarrhea, but I like it. Yeah. So I thought that was interesting. One of them got married, and so now it's. Do you think that they ever see it as, well, yeah, you married Abby, but it's my body too. So I get to make decisions on how we do things and when we do things and things like that. Because like, okay, what made me think about it was like a lot of married people or people, just couples in general, they don't have to be married. They will take baths together. They'll take showers together. They'll see each other naked. So he's married to Abby, but that's Brittany's body too. So
oh my God.
So what do you think Brittany has a problem with that? Or do you think Brittany and Abby had to have discussions about this?
I'm sure they did all
married?
have to discuss it, but like what if it's like the guy is like totally not Abby. I don't know which one got married. Was it Abby that got married?
Abby got married.
Okay, it's
Abby normal.
The guy is totally Abby's type, but the other one, Brittany, it's totally not her type. And so she sees him, and like you said, they like shower together, and she's like, ugh, gross. And like,
because he's all naked in front of her.
Yeah, exactly. And like, also, like, I don't know, could it be considered like almost like cheating, because like one of them, like what if one of them is attracted to him after, and it's like, man, he kind of is cute, and then
okay, well, but okay, with that being said, think about it though. If they share a body, so Abby's married to him, but if Brittany started finding him attractive, they share a body.
Exactly.
So I'm assuming that they feel all the same sensations in their head from that body. So it would be like she knows she's not married to him, but she still gets to do sexy time stuff with him. She just doesn't get to make out with him.
Oh God.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. But like, what if it's like so one of them, Brittany, is like, oh yeah, he's kind of cute, and starts like kind of flirting with them, like, while maybe Abby's, like, asleep or something, and then he, like, tells Abby, and she's like, you're trying to seduce my partner, like, you're trying to make him cheat on me, and it's like, and then it's not like they can be like, I'm done, I don't want to talk to you anymore, because they're connected.
Yeah, they have to talk.
So, like, what if they get really mad about that?
Maybe they just start punching each other in the face.
Well, I'm sure they must have done that when they're little, like, because, like, little kids will, like, kind of, like, fight when they get mad. They'll, like, slap each other.
Yeah.
And then if one of them controls the right side and the other head is on the right side, they just reach up and slap them in the face. Or they could reach over, like, look over and bite them. On the face.
I wonder if they can turn their heads that far to.
I don't know. Probably not. I bet their movement kind of with their head is pretty limited since it's just like it's not that much space.
What if her husband Josh told her, "I hate your sister Brittany."
Oh,
Even
no.
though she's right there and you know she can hear what he's saying, but he's just like, I have to be honest, I hate your sister Brittany. And then, you know, Brittany's just like, oh my gosh, now he's going to be fondling our body. He's going to be giving both of us foot massages and I'm going to be gagging.
Well, not both of us. He could just do the left foot or the right foot.
Oh, yeah. I wonder if...
But also...
so if each one controls a different side of the limbs...
Yeah.
Do you think they only have feeling in those sides of the limbs? Or is it like they can feel everything from the whole body, but they can only control that side that their head is on?
Well, I'm not sure. I just always assumed it was like they could only feel their one side since they only have like control and maybe sensation over one side.
So, okay. So whichever side Abby's on,
yeah,
then they literally would have to like make a line down the middle of the body and say, okay, Josh, this is the side you get to touch and this is the side you're married to.
But the bad thing is they control the opposite sides. So if he's like, I want to hold Abby's hand, he'd have to go over to Brittany's side, which is the one he dislikes, if that happened.
Oh my gosh. I wonder what this guy's like. I mean, because it would take a really, like a very specific kind of person to be able to handle, because that's a lot of responsibility.
Yeah, also, he'd have to just
a relationship is hard enough.
Oh, yeah.
But then imagine that.
You'd have to all get together and be like, I want this. And then the other one would be like, I want this. And then you'd all have to compromise. Also, I know like a lot of people would also be like, oh, what a weirdo. But he's obviously very morally good if he can like be like, I don't care. I like her for who she is. While a lot of people would just be like, oh my gosh, what? No.
Yeah, I'm sure most people just see it as like a freak show.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's definitely different, but I think it's pretty neat.
It is pretty cool.
But what if Josh started having feelings for Brittany and then he told Abby, I'm leaving you for Brittany.
Oh my gosh.
And then Abby had to witness her husband then developing a romantic relationship with her conjoined twin sister.
I'm divorcing you. Hey, Brittany, want to go on a date? And then also, if you wanted to hold her hand, he'd have to go to Abby's side. She'd be like, God, I hate you. And he'd be like, I love your sister. Leave me alone.
So imagine this. So Abby's married to Josh. What if Brittany met a guy and Josh hated him? And the guy that Brittany started dating hated Josh. And then Brittany and her boyfriend decided to get married. So then you have two husbands that are married to two different women that are attached. So they have to constantly be together and hate each other.
Well, let me bring back our same body topic. They had there's two husbands, one for each.
Yeah.
Yeah?
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, it's like you said, some partners like to like shower together and do all that. What if they all do that? It's like, hey man, I want to do this on this day. And the other one's like, no, actually, it's my wife and I don't want you messing around with her.
They either
it's
have
like,
to all agree to do everything together.
Yeah.
They all have to take a bath together, take a shower together, do sexy time stuff together. Or they have to make a schedule and be like,
could you imagine they have like a calendar?
Every other day is your day. Odd number days are your day.
Also, though, if they all
are my days.
So they all are married now. They'd have to get a really big bed if they wanted to be in the same bed. Because, like, obviously,
like a California king.
Abby and Brittany would be in the middle. And then each would be on the side. So it'd be like a really wide bed.
Yeah.
Because that's, and like.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it'd just be like fitting 3 people in there. So.
Yeah.
You could do that.
But this is completely respectfully. But Abby and Brittany don't like really have the like normal person size. It's like slightly wider to fit both, if you've noticed.
Yeah.
So it'd be almost like 4 people.
Yeah. Yeah, but you can get what's called a California king. Yeah. And you can fit like 10 people in it.
I'm going to get that. It's going to fill my entire room. I have a topic for you. It's going to be quite the surprise because I'm talking about gender reveal parties. Okay, so I am passionate about how horrible they have become. So, just a little...
Just for the record, I think the whole gender reveal thing is just kind of silly, but go ahead.
Yeah, mine is, though, around how horrible it's become and how much of just a plague and how bad it's become. Because before it was, like, innocent, but now it's getting kind of bad. So, for background information, this is started by a lady named Jenna who posted her reveal on the internet. And it was just like a little cake. It was just a little 1-tier cake that she made. And it was slicing into it and seeing the gender. And she did this because she had a bunch of miscarriages right before. So it wasn't like, oh, I just want to see my first baby's gender. It's like a bunch of different times she's tried and she finally has success.
Okay.
So the reason I want to talk about it is because on the internet people post about their gender reveal parties a lot. And
like on Instagram?
Like on Instagram,
like
TikTok, everywhere pretty much. Everywhere where you can post a video. And so I've noticed a lot of times when they'll do something really huge and they'll pick sides, like, I hope my baby's a boy, I hope my baby's a girl. But it started that the parents will separate or they'll join together and they'll slice through the cake, and let's say mom wants a boy, dad wants a girl. They will figure out that this baby is a girl, and mother will freak out and like start yelling at people just because their baby isn't like, oh, it's the gender I want, which like that's really horrible.
So because like if it's a girl and they wanted a boy, then they have a temper tantrum in front of everybody? Literally.
And like that also leads, how is this setting up for their child's future? Like their kid, when they're like, I don't know, like 12, they go on their mom's Instagram and they find this video and they're like,
my mommy never wanted me.
They don't even want me. Because like, that's horrible. They're not even born. They have no idea what they're like. Even if their kid may end up being more like a boy or more like a girl, and they might get what they want, and they don't even know this kid, and they're throwing a temper tantrum just because, oh, it's not a boy.
Well, I bet a lot of people, they have their expectations and hopes and everything, but once a baby's there, they develop a relationship with it, and then changes the way they think.
Yeah.
Because before it's there, I mean, you can think you're going to feel a certain way, but once it's actually in your arms and you're caring for it and bonding with it, then the dynamic of your feelings changes, I think. But I mean, that's pretty immature and selfish.
Oh, absolutely.
I would think. But I think the whole gender reveal thing is ridiculous.
Yeah.
I mean, because like I've seen some of them where it's like these redneck gender reveal parties, and they have like these giant mud trucks and stuff, and they have these big smokestacks coming out of them, and they rev up their diesel engine and it blows all this blue smoke out or something. It's so stupid.
Because, like, I understand from Jenna's point that, like, she did it for a reason. And, like, it's to celebrate, like, I'm finally having a baby. And, like, even she says, someone asked her about this, and she said people have taken it into their own hands, and it's not even hers anymore. Because, like, she made the thing, but people blew it up, and now it's like, oh my God.
Oops.
That also, people also do gender fake outs, where it will be like, let's say both parents want a boy, and it'll be like, it's a boy, and they, like, will celebrate, and then it's like, actually, it's a girl, and they're, like, they go silent, and they get so mad, and it's like,
that's kind of messed up.
My God, what are you gonna do when your kid sees this? And they're like, my parents never even wanted me from the start.
I don't know if I would even think about that far into it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty cruel to do to somebody, when they're finding out the gender of their baby, to trick them like that.
Especially when they want something and it's like, surprise, false hope. Now get ready because actually wrong.
I just wish it would go back to like they used to do. And I think this whole thing, I don't know when gender reveal parties became a thing and why they became a thing, but it used to be that the mother and father would find out when they did an ultrasound.
Yeah.
And then they told everybody when they had a baby shower.
Yeah, I feel like even just if, like, doing an ultrasound, I feel like that should be enough of a surprise. You don't need, like, a huge party for that.
I think it all came about, and I can't stand, like, I call them made-up holidays.
Yeah.
I think they're just holidays that people decided to create just for corporations to profit. Anyway, I think this is another one. It's like, well, we got to have a baby shower, but before that, we have to have a gender reveal party. So then it's like you now have two parties based on a child that's not even born yet, when it used to just be one. So I don't know. I think it's silly. I mean, I guess everything changes and evolves, so I guess this is what it is now.
Like I said, it only came about because it blew up on social media after this girl, Jenna, posted it. But that also leads to how far people are taking things. For example, I have a news story. This couple in California, they used a smoke bomb and, like, threw it out, it's pretty simple. But it lit a forest fire.
So wait, this was a gender reveal?
Yeah, this was a gender reveal.
The smoke bomb was going to be pink or blue.
Yeah.
Which also I think is stupid to signify which gender it is, especially in today's society. Yeah. It has to be pink or blue. You know what I'm saying?
That's another thing.
So they started a forest fire?
They started a forest fire. And it destroyed 5 homes and 15 just other buildings that weren't, like, housing. Yeah. And it killed a firefighter. And
for a gender reveal.
For just a gender reveal.
So did those people get prosecuted?
They did. So 434 exhibits were presented. including 1 felony count of involuntary manslaughter, 3 felony counts of recklessly causing fire with great bodily injury, 4 felony counts of recklessly causing a fire to inhabited structures, and 22 misdemeanor counts of recklessly causing fire to property of another.
Dang.
Yeah.
Just to find out what gender your baby's gonna be.
Yeah. Just to say, haha, girl or boy. And this isn't the first time it's happened. In Texas, another couple flew a plane over that had 350 gallons of pink water in it. And the plane stalled for too long and crashed and dumped that water everywhere. And that is not the first time that's happened either, because some parties have done it so that water has come over a waterfall and it got into like main water source and people were pouring out blue water. Which it wasn't toxic or anything, but still that isn't necessarily safe.
Plane crashed?
Yeah.
Did the pilot die?
The pilot did not die.
Okay. People can do whatever they want. I'm not gonna try and judge. I think it's silly, but I would never do it. But people have the right to do what they choose. And more power to them.
Agreed.